here with you on this Saturday. So hi, happy Saturday, I'm Sean. So let me tell you a story. First, I want to say that sound is pretty special because, you know, what you hear changes how you feel. Like for instance, when your granddaughter giggles, when she giggles, that first giggle, and you hear it, and your heart just blows up. Sound also keeps us safe, right? If you're walking across the street and you hear the car honk their horn, okay, now you know to go, get out of the way. And you know, it makes you feel like you're a part of the world when you can hear, as opposed to outside the world. Like, have you ever watched a TV show but purposely kept it on mute? And it just changed the whole experience because you don't know what's going on. And that brings me to a story of my dad. I'll never forget, my dad has been gone about 4 years now. By the way, call us if you know someone who has mild to moderate hearing loss. Call us if you know someone who already has an Audien hearing aid. My dad, we were at Capitol Grill, my husband, my mom, my dad, and we were sitting around the table, and I could just tell that my dad, he was there, but he had this glazed look in his eyes because he couldn't hear what we were talking about. And it really broke my heart because I could see how, though he was physically there, he had removed himself. And what we're gonna do for this whole hour, you know, people talk a lot about wearable wellness, but these aren't compression socks. These are now, thanks to Congress and the fact that we can have hearing aids that are over the counter and don't require a prescription and an appointment that takes 12 weeks to get with an audiologist. There is no prescription needed here. These are affordable. These are accessible. This is a quality of life hour. This is wearable wellness. And this is Audien. Okay, so you're gonna hear his story. Ishan Patel, he and two friends co-founded this company. And the best ideas come from when you're solving a problem that hits you in the heartstrings. So he has his own story about his grandpa, okay? You're gonna see his picture. You're also gonna hear from someone in this hour live who will tell you his own testimonial. But here's what we brought you in this first of its kind TSV. Audien. This is their #1 best-selling model. It's called the Atom Pro 2. It's at the lowest price we have found. By the way, it's their sleekest model, the one that is the tiniest, the most obscure, no one will know because, by the way, these fit in the ear. They don't hang off the back of the ear. They are small, they are sleek. They have a 24-hour battery life, and the Atom Pro 2, and this brand which has never had a TSV, for 24 hours, the most customer top rated and best-selling brand of hearing aids here at the Q. And for one day, here's what we are offering you and someone you love. You're gonna get the hearing aids right here. Again, they hold a charge for an entire day. They have 4 different sound modes that will automatically adjust to noise canceling, background, party mode, the environment that you're in. These fit seamlessly into the ear. They recharge in the case. They also, I'm gonna tell you, look like they are part of your ear. And then lastly, it's not just that. You're gonna get, look at the bundle that we have put together for you along with Ishan's help. This is a pack-up that he has never offered before on the Q. It includes a maintenance kit with different tips and all of the tools for cleaning the hearing aids, a 1-year protection plan, ding, 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 that I flash you here because he's also never done this, a 1-year protection plan. Do you lose the hearing aid? Does one somehow you step on, you sit on, or you can't find them, one or both? You will get for 1 year the ability to replace them at a nominal cost no matter what you have done to them. So that's an almost $50 bill right there. And then what else have we done? This is really extra cool, and he's really never done this. So you're gonna get the maintenance care kit. You're gonna get the 1-year protection plan, of course, the hearing aids themselves. And then you're gonna get $100 value, a hearing specialist appointment. This is kind of like the most incredible idea You get this pack up home, but you're not sure how to unpack it, how to fit it, how to turn it on, how to find the 4 modes. Wait, what do I do? How do I do it? How do I charge it? They get on the phone with you, and for about 20 minutes, you will have a specialist video call with customer service who has been trained by a doctor in audiology, who will walk you through all of this, navigating it all. Here's what we do, QVC. Not only does this now add up to $450, $450, almost $450. Do you see on your screen? We're not only throwing in $160 worth of free value for 24 hours because that's the crazy savings you are getting. The hearing aids themselves start at $289 before you add in the protection plan and the maintenance kit and the audiology video appointment. But now we say we're going to give you a 2-month return policy. So for 2 months, you have to use them in your daily life. And that, Ashan, is the key, is it not? Using these in your daily life. Hello, my friend.
Absolutely. Great to be here.
It's great to have you. Ashan Patel is the founder. His story will just tickle your heart, break it a little bit, but the ending is a great one because he decided to take something into his own hands and solve a problem that really was hard to watch. So let's start there. Call us, by the way, if you know someone that has hearing loss, if you're experiencing mild to moderate hearing loss. No longer do you have to get an appointment with a doctor, an audiologist, go, prescription, thousands of dollars. Grandpa, introduce me to your grandfather.
Well, it's great to be here. My name's Ishan Patel. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Audien Hearing. And the reason why you might be wondering, why is somebody like him caring about hearing loss so much? Well, my grandfather actually suffers from severe hearing loss, pretty significant hearing loss. And since I was a kid, I remember how much it affected my relationship with him. It basically took him from our family for almost a decade. I remember the impact it had on my grandma, you know, my mom, the people who loved him most. I remember trying to tell him happy birthday and then ending up shouting at him, even though I was trying to tell him that I loved him, you know, and it made it seem like I was unhappy. And as a kid, you don't even really understand why grandpa's not paying attention to you anymore.
Why he's withdrawing.
Why he's withdrawing. And so when the FDA created the over-the-counter hearing aid category and said hearing aids can be available without a prescription, without a doctor's visit, right? We need to make these affordable, accessible, and actually easy to use. I realized that this was something that absolutely had to change. And that is why Audien Hearing was created with my co-founders. And that is how the Atom Pro 2 was born. I'm actually one of the inventors and designers on the patent for this product to make it the smallest, sleekest, most comfortable, easy to use, and of course, we wanted to make it as invisible as possible.
So this is my favorite part. By the way, do you know I'm wearing a hearing aid right now? I could pull my hair up into a ponytail and you still wouldn't know. That's just one of the beauties. But here's the real beautiful thing, because it changes people's lives and it doesn't have to be hard. You don't even have to leave your house now to be able to re-engage in your life and those you love. Take a listen to how Audien changes people's lives thanks to these hearing aids.
Hey, sweetheart, I'm going to run up to the store real quick. I've got the list off the fridge. Is there anything else that you need?
Yes, actually, forgot to put on the list dog food and dog treats. And then also, could you just pick up an extra half gallon of milk?
Hi, and welcome to the Oakwood Diner. My name's Emily, and I'll be your server today. Can I get you started with something to
drink? Like our homemade lemonade or a nice iced tea. Today's special is the bacon cheeseburger. It's a crowd favorite.
Good evening. I'm Chris Davis, and this is your local news update. Our top story tonight: a local park is receiving a major renovation, including new playgrounds and green spaces, thanks to a generous donation from community members.
I love this playground. Did you see the upgrades they made?
Yeah, it's such a great place. And what about that trail that goes around?
Perfect for a hike.
We should definitely bring the kids here next time. Next to the pond would be so fun for the kids to feed the ducks.
So that's life-changing, okay? That is life-changing. And you don't have to wait 12 weeks to get an appointment, and it doesn't have to cost $5,000. And by the way, I have barely mentioned that this might be eligible for an HSA or FSA reimbursement. But Here's another thing I want to tell you before you, Ishan, start to really dive deep into what the features are and how seamlessly they fit into our lives. Here's a few studies that might really kick you off your chair. Did you know that according to a Johns Hopkins study, you have a 32% lower risk of dementia if you wear a hearing aid, a 64% lower risk of falling if you wear a hearing aid. Did you know that according to Harvard Health, hearing aid use is linked to longer life? Did you also know that hearing loss can be linked to depression? So we're going to spend a whole hour on this one topic and this one item. Again, you get the hearing aids, and the hearing aid in the rechargeable case with the USB and a 1 day long 24-hour battery life on its own. This is the smallest model they make, $289. Just for 24 hours, we're charging you $199, so we're saving you almost $90 there on the cost of the hearing aid. Then he is throwing in for free the maintenance care kit, $12. Then he is throwing in for free the 1 year protection plan. Sit on them, kick them, crack them, lose them. They will replace them for like dollars, like barely anything. And then the $100 value of the hearing video specialist appointment. So you are getting a $400 and almost $50 value at a $250 savings off of the if purchased separately, and you have 60 days to wear them with someone you love, or maybe that person is you. Tell me about the features, Ishan.
So with these hearing aids, we really wanted to make sure that it was something that took away that stigma of hearing loss, right? And I love that you mentioned the Johns Hopkins study, the Harvard Health study, because this is so much more than just a wearable device, right? This is longevity, this is happiness, this is connection. But I think we can all say that even with those incredibly important factors, it's gotta be given in a way that's easy to use and that just looks great and is comfortable.
And your features on the screen, I mean, these are discreet.
Yep.
They fit perfectly. Kind of walk me through the features, because they are state of the art.
Yeah, absolutely. So they are, as you can see, discreet and comfortable design. I'm wearing one right now, if you could even tell. I got it in my ear. It just removes like so.
Men, women, all ears, big, small.
Absolutely, and all the shapes and sizes are included with the package, everything you need.
Got it.
Right? We have 24 hours of battery life in the hearing aid itself, plus another 3 full days in the case.
So they charge when they're in the case?
They're charged when they're in the case, and you may notice this beautiful blue light that's in there. I can put the other one in there so you can really see it, is the UV light that's also in there. So we've got the charging case, and depending on usage, right, the charging case could last 5 to 7 days, depending on how much you're using it. And then you've also got 4 different hearing modes. Now, to adjust the mode, all you do is there's a single button. You're gonna wanna press the button to rotate through 5 different volume levels. It'll beep once for volume 1, twice for volume 2, up to 5 for volume 5. And then you hold it for just 3 seconds, and it'll rotate through 4 different environmental modes. So you can customize each ear to whatever volume you want, whatever mode you want, and whatever situation you are in.
And I have to say, they are so comfortable. This is his sleekest, smallest model. It is customer top rated. I have to say, you gotta hear again, because we have all of these demonstrations that really deliver home the idea that when you are disengaged from the people around you that you love and the world that you live in, it changes everything about your zest for life and your ability to emotionally connect. As summer gets going, listen to this simulation, because as summer and July 4th and graduations and weddings and baby showers.
Mother's Day, Father's Day.
Father's Day. This is, okay, so Father's Day, right? Every father, this may resonate with every kid and also grandkids. And here's just a look at how Audien Hearing changes the game.
Grandma, come outside with me. Please, I want to play. Grandma? Do you hear me? Grandma, come outside with me. Please, I want to play.
Come on, let's do it.
I have to say,